Hello YouTube, welcome back from my stoep. First video in 2017, so may all of you have an awesome year lying ahead of you. And may it be better than 2016, at least for me. Yeah, I've been quite busy since the 17th of December. That's why I was practically away from YouTube, because in between all the church services during Christmas time and all this, I also had to do some tourism operating work. I transferred tourists from the airport to their safari lodges and back. And yeah, it was quite busy. I'm not complaining, because it was great to have at least some income stream coming in. And apart from that, I met wonderful people and discussed wonderful topics from all over the world, so I actually enjoy it. It's really nice. So I'm continuing on my new revised video on myself, on who I am, and today is the first day that I actually have a few minutes to spare. But first I need to mention two great yabos that I received, and two great guys. The one is Mindful Pipe made me this ashwood pipe, and it's pretty awesome. It's a Zulu impression from him, which I really like. And ashwood, not known to be really a smoking pipe wood, but it looks like, I've read some articles and it looks like it's fairly hard and serve the purpose. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. And they also sent me a tobacco, a pouch of tobacco, which they get there and which he uses often. And then I received a true Meerschaum, Missouri corncob pipe. Now, you might have noticed that it's not only not popular in South Africa, but not really available in South Africa, except for cheap Chinese fake pipes. So to Dwayne Dunn, thank you for this. It's really awesome, and I appreciate it. And I've already smoked it quite hard, but I enjoy this one also. Thank you, and thank you for that also. Now, I didn't bring my lighter with me. Can you imagine that? I'll have to keep puffing to get it back on again. In the meantime, by the way, I read that ashwood has got a funny smell when you work with it. And I must say, I've noticed that when I smoke it, especially when I smoke it a little bit hot during the burn-in stage, interesting, I must say. Yeah, so great pipe. Right, on to my topic. My topic for today is I usually don't edit my videos, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind if I just pause for a moment to get my lighter and then come back, because this will frustrate me and put me off. So please, just one moment, all right? Now I first need to figure out how do I pause it. Yeah, that's it. Matches was just behind me, so that'll do for now. This topic of who I am, I've never mentioned it to anyone, and it'll probably spark quite a debate also, but I'm ready for it. And that is, I am ADHD, attention and hyperactivity deficit disorder. ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Now, I know there's a lot of different opinions and debates, and some people calls it the fad, because every doctor just diagnoses ADHD for any child who is just a little bit different than the others, or maybe a little bit hyperactive and more playing, and on medication and what everything. All I can tell you is it is real. It is real. If you think it's not real, talk to me. I've been living with this for 50 odd years. I know it is real. And I'll tell you why. But before I tell you why, let me just first explain a few things. Actually, ADHD is a misnomer. It's not a good naming for this. I don't even want to call it a disorder, but it's not a good name for this deficit. That's a better word. Because attention, I've got plenty of attention. If I need to super focus, I super focus, and you can do anything which any other person would, respond to, and I wouldn't, because I'm super focusing. So, but the problem is not the attention. The problem is the attention to the wrong things at the wrong time. Let me explain to you. If I have to submit a report in an hour's time, I would spend 50 minutes on the formatting and the text and the line width and the paragraphing and what else, until I realize, I've got 10 minutes left and the report needs to be done. And then I'll rush and do the report. So I'm focusing on the wrong thing, which is not a priority at this point in time. I can mention quite a few examples, but I think you get it. So it's super focusing on something which maybe sometimes is good. I mean, when I studied, I super focused and it was good. But I will super focus in such a way that I will skip meals. So it's really not an attention issue. Second thing, it's not necessarily hyperactivity. It is hyperactivity, but often people will look at you and say, "But you're not jumping up and down and on couches." And apologies to some of our celebrities who does that on a show, but so it's not necessarily jumping up and down. It is an unrest. It's what's the word? Restlessness. Yeah, it's a restlessness. It's kind of, my mind is always running, always thinking, and it frustrates me sometimes because I've got 6 ideas running in my head, and all of them sounds perfect and brilliant at the time, so much so that I grab a notebook and then just write something down so that I can put that one behind and then go on all the rest. And as I'm sitting here, my legs are the whole time moving. So the hyperactivity in a child, yes, it might be hyperactive in terms of playing around and motion, but as you get older, you learn to control those things in terms of the social environment, and then your hyperactivity comes out in different ways. It presents itself in a different way. So I agree with Russell Barkley, who did a lot of research on especially adult ADHD. There's plenty of research on ADHD for children, but not plenty on adults, because it's only those children who now are adults. And when I was a child, ADHD was not even an disorder known by many. So I found out very late in my life, when I was about 40, and I found out when the school referred one of my children, and when the doctor explained to us what this is, he was actually telling my life story for me, and I realized, okay, so that is what it is. That is what I experienced in school and for the past 40 odd years at that stage. To come back to my point, I agree with Russell Barkley, who actually calls it an executive function deficiency, because really that's what it is. It's not attention deficit. It's not hyperactivity, as in running around like a Duracell bunny. It is an executive functioning deficiency. With other words, the executive functioning of certain things that I need to do and priorities that I need to set. That is where the deficiency is. And again, I can give you some examples. If I know that I need to do or need to leave for a meeting in, let's take a good example. If I know that I need to get on a plane where I cannot be late, and the plane is leaving tonight, this afternoon at 4, if I don't implement some tools and skills that I've developed over the years, at 3, I will realize now I need to go, and then obviously I would be late. So we are actually blind to the future. The future is just too far until it's in my face. So the skill that I've developed over the years is to bring the future closer. So I would, for example, say, I need to fly at 4 o'clock. So I need to check in at 3. So I need to park at 2:30. So I want to give myself an half an hour just for fun in the lounge. So at 2. It's a 3-hour drive to the airport, so I need to leave at 11. I need to pack, so I need to pack at 10:30. So don't start something at 10:30 which will take you long, because thinking, flying, it's still plenty of hours. So I bring the future forward. So I know in my mind, 10:30, I'm flying. I'm flying actually 4 o'clock, but there's things that needs to happen in that time. Another typical example also of the executive functioning deficiency is that is blurting out things, maybe truth, but at the wrong time without thinking. The best example or the best description that I have heard ever was that one of my friends told me one day, I know what you think before you know yourself what you're thinking. That's actually what it is. And I think you probably notice it, and if you think now about what I'm saying and you think about my videos, you probably would put 2 and 2 together. I'm saying things straight as it is, honest, and straightforward, and only afterwards would I think, maybe that was not the best thing to say or the best word choices. Obviously, over years you develop skills to handle that and to fix that, which, by the grace of God, I think I have in many situations had to learn on the hard way, especially dealing with people on a religious level. But still, it still happens. I would still say things and afterward think, why did you say that to that person at that stage in that manner? So yeah, it's those kinds of deficiencies. And impulsiveness. It is an impulsiveness. I would think without thinking the consequences. And then when I'm in trouble, I would look back and think, how did you get there? How could you not foresee this thing happening? So, I've done a talk about ADHD in our congregation, and the talk was over 2 hours long. So, I cannot explain everything in this video, except to say that I am ADHD, and for everyone who wants to tell me that it's not a real disorder, it doesn't exist, it's just a fad, well, if it is, then I've got whatever fad you want to call it. But I know that something I've been living with for 50 odd years, which sometimes is nice to have, but most of the times it really caused difficulties for me, which I realized other people did not have. In terms of decisions, in terms of things that you do, in terms of planning. That's who I am. Here I am. I've learned to deal with it in different ways. I've learned some skill sets over the years to curb it. But I also honestly tell people, listen, this is who I am, and talk to me. If something bothers you, which I did or say, or please tell me. I'm probably blind to it, and I won't notice it. But talk to me and explain it to me. So, if you want to ask questions or leave comments, please do. And if I need to do a follow-up video, I will. But it's at times I really struggled with it. There's a blog that a person wrote about it, who says it's the devil in me. I wouldn't call it that, but that was his experience of this thing, this deficiency in yourself. Some people wants to make it an awesome gift. You are blessed with ADHD. I wouldn't call anything that I have or is differently than other people as a gift. Because there might be one or two or three things that are beneficial, but the overwhelming difficulties in a lot of spheres of life, work, relationships, money, childhood, is more to, the balance is out of balance. So I will never call it a gift. I'm born like this. I'm not unhappy about it. That's who I am. Obviously, there's a purpose, and I've got a purpose. So I deal with it and I live with it. But it's a fact and it's a reality, which is definitely part of my life. So, guys, who I am, number 2, I'm ADHD. Or, better word, I've got an executive functioning deficiency in terms of planning, in terms of impulsiveness, in terms of focusing on the right thing at the right time, in terms of what needs to be done now. Thank you for watching, and again, thank you Mindful Pipe for this beautiful pipe, and Dwayne Dunn for my cob. And thank you to everyone who commented on my previous video of who I am. And I'm very glad that there's a few non-religious pipe community brothers who also commented. because they confirm what I believe and what I actually, what I believe. Because, and there was one specific comment which I think was actually excellent, about community. Community is all about we chat together. Obviously, we're not going to agree on everything. Not on politics, not on sex, not on religion, not on anything. But we do agree that this is great, and that's part of the discussion. That's part of our sharing our stories with each other. And to me, that is more valuable. I've learned from what I've watched in terms of YouTube videos. I've learned from comments of things that I said and understood differently. And that's part of human growth and human development. So, thank you. Thank you for everyone who commented and everyone who participated, and whether you're a Christian or not, that's great. I'm not going to push anything down your throat. I am a Christian, as I said in the previous one, and I wouldn't trade that. Actually, if I wasn't a Christian, I think I would have been in jail because of my ADHD. But if someone asks me, I will explain to him, what hope and peace I find in it. And if someone doesn't want to be, that is fine. That is your choice. And thank you for everyone. And I pray that all of you will have a blessed, awesome 2017, and that we will have nice discussions and learn from each other, and really just have a nice community enjoying this hobby that we share. So please do subscribe. Matches isn't what they were in the old days, is they? Are they? Aish. I hope it won't take another 3 weeks. For the next video, but thank you for watching, and please subscribe and enjoy your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.